What's going on out there? It is Cigar Boxing. I know it's been a long time, but I'm back. It's almost fight week. I wanted to talk about this Davis Garcia fight that's happening on April 22nd. That's right. I'm back. Let's go. What's going on out there? It's Cigar Boxing. I am back. And as you see, my cigar is lit. At the end of the day, all we are fans. All we are fans. Yeah, I've been bored with boxing a little bit. But I wanted to bring out and start this off by giving my prediction for this fight on April 22nd in Las Vegas between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan King Garcia. Before I get into that, smoking my cigar as I always do. This is from La Feronia Cigars in Ybor City, Florida. I live near Ybor City. Ybor City is the cigar capital of the United States. This is the Don Mini Gold Label Maduro cigars, about $10 a stick, but I'm pretty sure it'll knock your socks off. I will leave the link so you can get yourself some cigars in the description box. So, let's get into it. Let's talk about this prediction going on a little over a week from now. First off, let me put my cigar down and give a hand clap. So let me say thanks to the promotional companies for getting this fight done. And the fans have been, at a fever pitch, wanting to see great fights ever since the pandemic is pretty much over. Now we can get back to boxing and see the sport we love, see the sweet science. So, talking about this, let me give props to the PBC, Showtime, Boxing, Pay-Per-View, also DAZN. Some of y'all may not like it, but it is what it is. But at least we're getting this fight, and we don't have to wait for it. Looking at this fight, this is the way Cigar sees it. Tell me if y'all see it the same way or who you got winning in the comments section. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Prediction music, please. Okay, talking about this fight. Let's talk about titles first. Belts are on the line, but they're not legitimate belts. You have to understand, at 135 pounds in the lightweight division, Devin Haney is the undisputed champion and also has the WBC franchise belt. So he is the king, the ruler of the roost at the lightweight division. The belts that these two guys have, you have, right now, you have the regular WBA champion in Gervonta Tank Davis. And you also have the WBA interim championship belt with Ryan Garcia. The interim belt, I don't even count. There's so many belts in the division, but the legitimate champion is Devin Haney. But whoever wins this fight will definitely be up for a fight against Devin Haney if he wins on May 12th against Vasily Lomachenko. That's going to be an interesting fight. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But as I sit here, smoke my cigar, and have my old-fashioned, drinking my Buffalo Trace, let's talk about it. The biggest thing in this fight that people are talking about online is the height difference between the two. With Ryan Garcia coming in just at 5'10", and then Gervonta Davis coming in at about 5 feet, 5 inches and a half, 5'6". To me, that's not the issue in the fight. If you look at the records, they're both pretty clean. They don't have any losses. You have Ryan Garcia with 23 wins, 0 losses, and 19 knockouts. You have Gervonta Davis with 28 wins, 0 losses, and 26 knockouts. So the records are impeccable. It's a slight difference in both. If you look at both guys' records, I say the most notable name on Ryan Garcia's is definitely Luke Campbell, which we're going to get into. When you talk about Tank Davis, you're talking about Pitbull Isaac Cruz. You have Yorkers Gamboa. You have other names, Luis Santa Cruz. You have Barrios. Different names. The resumes are about the same, but I will say that Tank has been in the ring with tougher dogs. So, how I think this fight is going to go? Watching tape of both of them fight, I'm no boxing expert. I just love the sport. Let me take a puff before I get into this. First off, it's just a 50-50 fight. Anything can happen in boxing. but I don't think so. I really don't. The guy who controls the distance in this fight is going to be the one to win. If you have watched Tank Davis throughout his career, I think he's going to start off a little slow. He analyzes the fighter. Other fighters do the same thing. Like Terrence Bud Crawford, he'll analyze the fighter in the first few rounds before he really gets to going. The battle is who's going to get closer. Can Ryan Garcia keep Tank off of him, especially as the fight goes on further and he gets into the later championship rounds? We will see. The old adage in boxing is, what speed kills. That's true. And Ryan Garcia is very, very fast, and Tank is fast. But what negates speed is timing. That's something that I don't think Terrence, or I don't think that Tank Davis gets enough credit for. If you look at his last few knockouts, it's not necessarily speed, but it's power and timing that have gotten it done. And then if you look at the resume of Ryan Garcia, he hasn't fought many southpaws. Luke Campbell in particular was one of the first opponents to knock down Ryan Garcia, even though he got back up to win the fight. But the angles of a southpaw really give him problems to me. With Joe Goosen as Ryan's new trainer, I think it takes a few fights to figure out the game plan that your new trainer has. Have they gelled enough to make a difference and climb this monumental hill that he's going to have in the fight on April 22nd? To me, it boils down to which fighter has to make the most changes to win in this fight. In my opinion, I think Ryan Garcia has to make more changes than Tank Davis. I do agree that Ryan Garcia, his left hook is powerful. I don't think he's a one-trick pony. I think he has power in both hands. But he's going to have to sit on his punches, and he's going to have to find Tank, because Tank is going to be all over the ring at different distances. And I think once the fight goes on and Tank closes the distance and he gets hit, and the difference between these two fighters as far as power, to talk about who hits harder, Tank has one punch knockout power. And he's fought guys in higher weight divisions and still knocked them out. Case in point, look at Barrios and what Keith Thurman did to him and what Tank did to him. Yeah, things that make you go, So in my prediction in this fight, I think it is going to be a knockout win for Tank Davis in the later rounds. I think that if Ryan Garcia abandons his jab early, which tends to happen in tank fights, it's going to be over. Ryan Garcia is going to sleep. He's a tough guy, I give him credit, but I don't think he's going to be hit like what he's going to see on Saturday night. On Saturday night, I believe Ryan is going to sleep. I think if Ryan wins the fight, it's going to have to be on points, but I don't see it with a killer like Tank in the ring. And Tank's chin has been tested by guys in higher weight divisions. I think Ryan Garcia's power is only if he sits. If the distance is further away, closer, and it's shorter, medium to short range in this fight, it is all Tank. If Ryan can keep the jab up, he's going to have to move around quite a bit. Also, Ryan's going to have upper body movement and lateral movement to win this fight, in my opinion. If he doesn't, it's a wrap. I got Tank winning this fight. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. It's nothing against him. It's just I feel that Tank Davis has been in the ring with rougher opponents than Garcia has. I'm not taking anything away from him. And I've seen Tank be in dogfights. Can you see Ryan Garcia beating Isaac Cruz? That's the question I have for you. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. Davis for the knockout. Now, let's sit back and smoke. Have a drink. I'll holler at y'all later.